Okay, so hi again. This is just another little nade tutorial, and again, I'm just kind of making them for me and the people I play with. But if anyone happens to stumble upon it and it helps you, great. Glad I could help. But yeah, so here are just nades for train that I know. So this one is I actually learned it from a YouTuber named Aurora, and he called it the NIP smoke. It's just like a different way to smoke right here on Ivy. So for this one, you're going to, like, this chimney, the side of it needs to line up with the building, and your back needs to be on the train here. So just like this. Then once it's all set up and everything, yeah, just put your crosshair on the right side of this box on the top, and you're gonna run and you're gonna jump throw right here when your crosshair hits the barbed wire. And it's a jump throw. And if you don't have a jump throw bind, I recommend you get it because they're really helpful. It'll come, bounce down there. Ivy's completely blocked off. And what's nice about this is the only avenues, if they want to use Ivy at all, to get, like, any info, is to climb on the train, or, like, wide peek out, hell or camera. So this is a really good smoke. And I'll show another iteration of it later. For now, though, we're going to stick with, like, A smokes. So this is just a sandwich smoke or 5-lane, whatever you want to call it. You're basically, it's not even too specific. You're just going to put yourself against these pipes on the wall. You're just going to, like, there's this triangle on the roof, the corner. You just aim in the middle of it and left click. It's going to come down, bounce like that, really simple. This is an Olaf smoke. So you're going to wedge yourself in the corner of this wood in the trash can. You're going to see this black line on the box, and you're going to follow it up and just go above it a little bit. And just left click throw. And it's going to come down, Smoke up Olaf. Yeah, so here's some E-box smokes. It doesn't really matter which one you use, whatever one you just prefer. So for the first one, you come into this corner, right? You're like from T-spawn. Come into this corner. You're going to see this wire and just, like, where it meets the building, just aim to the right a little bit. It's not super specific. It'll come down, like that. Smoke E-box. Second way is if you get into this corner, you're going to take the right side of this chimney, and you're just going to take it all the way up to the wire like that. And you're just going to left click again. It's going to come down. It'll, do the same exact thing. Really easy. And here's a ladder smoke, so if you're going out late, or if you just think they're in ladder, you just wedge yourself in between this barrel and the dumpster. You're going to see this part of the barbed wire, so you see, like, the lines here. You're going to find this, like, this black line, but, it's not as, I guess it's a little more faded, right? And you're going to find this part of the fence. In between them, if you take them up, you're going to see this little barb on the barbed wire, and you just take that up to the second one. And I aim a little above it, just so it doesn't hit the roof consistently, and then you just left click through. It's easier once you do it. I know the way I explained it might not have been the best, but yeah, so you're just going to come right here, find these two lines, take it to the barb all the way up a little bit, just left click, and it perfectly smokes off ladder. Whoop. Alright, so these last three smokes for A, these are a wall of smokes, so these are really good to throw with, like, a back ivy smoke, or, or if you want to throw them with the Ola, or, like, you could throw them, like, with the ivy smoke and a ladder smoke, and then the smoke on bomb site, or a sandwich and all, whatever you want to do. But anyways, so this one's for the right side of the bomb train. So you're just going to get in the middle of this manhole cover. You're going to aim in the middle of the A right here, and jump throw bind. Gonna fly over, smoke it off perfectly. So this is the left side of the train. So you're gonna get on the dumpster, and you're actually going to put your crosshair, like, on the very corner of this piece of wood. And from there, you'll see the black lines on the box. Just aim where they meet up, and left click throw. Like, don't jump or anything. It'll come, land right there. And then for the last one on the dumpster, you just get on the corner, line your crosshair up with it. Aim at the corner of this roof right here. Just left click throw. It'll bounce off the train. You know, so all together, it'll land there. This one lands right about here. You know, pretty good. You can come for a plant if you want. Just jump up. Or don't jump up, but you can plant right there. But yeah, you could throw them with, you know, a sandwich Olaf smoke or a ladder Ivy, whatever you want to do. And here's a good molly. I also learned this from Aurora. But here's a good molly for the middle of the bomb train. So for this one, right, you're just gonna run into the T-Con. Basically, you want to be in the middle of this train right here, and you're gonna want to put this like vent, or whatever you want to call it, in the middle of the sky between the train and the wall. And for this, you actually are hidden from camera and Olaf, so you're safe to throw this. Just kind of be careful if someone wants to like peek out E-box. Basically, you put that in there, you aim at the top of it, and you walk through it, but you just take a few steps, so just like that. And it'll perfectly molly it off. It's not super specific, you know, it spreads if it does that, or you could, here, I'll try to see if I can do it. Yeah, but yeah, so that's a really good molly, and then obviously, you know, you can just flash over. But yeah, so that should be it for the A smokes from like T-Con and T-Spawn area. Let's go into Brown Halls, like above ladder. Okay, so here are 2 smokes from ladder, or top ladder. So this one's an old bomb smoke. So you're just gonna basically, you know, line yourself up with the corner of this, like that. You're gonna crouch, and this is like, you don't have to crouch technically, but it makes the best like smoke, I guess, with the least gaps when you crouch. And you're gonna see all the bricks, and on the left side of the windowsill you're gonna see this line from the brick. You just aim at that and to the right just a little bit, and don't aim above the windowsill, just aim at, like, you know, a little below, and just left click throw. And remember to stay crouched. It'll come down. You know, it's not perfect. This one still has a small gap, so if they wanted to, they could come and try to peek around it. So just be aware of that. Smokes off this side perfectly. You could even try throwing it a little bit closer, right? So instead of like way over here, just like barely to the right. And this one will probably smoke it off a little better. Yeah, so this one's a bit better. But anyway, so yeah. The key is just crouch. You know, like line yourself up at the wall, crouch, aim to the right of this line a little bit, and left click. The second one's an Ivy smoke. This is the other Ivy smoke, yeah. So you're gonna wedge yourself into this little corner, like that. You're gonna find this line on the other part of the windowsill, and you're gonna aim, like right on it. Don't aim at the top of the windowsill, or it'll hit the vent, and it'll just smoke you here. So just like aim halfway down, left click. It'll come, you know. It's a really good Ivy smoke. The only thing I don't like about it versus the first smoke I showed you is with this one, if they want, they can jump and be behind green train or 6, and they can peek you like that. The first one I showed you smokes right here, so they still can't see out of Ivy, and at the same time they can't come in front of the or behind the train. So here's some flashes for Pop Dog if you don't know them, or ladder. So here's 2 like of the most common ones. You just get your back against the wall right here, aim at the middle of the vent, and right click. It'll come, bounce off that. You can do it right here too. Yeah, and then, you know, these are really good. If you want to just like experiment with different flashes though, here's one that bounces a little bit actually, and it pops farther down. But you just line yourself up with the wall. Take this, like, the far rightmost pipe, take it up to the corner of the vent and left click. So just like that. It'll pop down here, but it, you know, bounces a little bit. Yeah, so, here's a really good molly, and this is good with, like, you know, to just take ladder control. So for this molly, and it's going to molly right here, and it'll spread in here. And you can couple it with a molly, like, right here, and you can just burn a guy out. It's really good for taking ladder control. So you're going to see this part of the wall again. You're basically, from the corner of the wall, you're going to count 1, 2, 3, this third like little intersection of the lines. You're gonna count those over. You can do it crouched or standing, whatever you prefer, but it is a bit finicky. So I like to do it crouched, and you just kind of like have to line it up. So it's in this bottom left like quadrant, I guess, of the window, and you just kind of like take it diagonally down a little bit and left click, and it'll molly like this, right? And if you couple it, so here, I'll throw it again, just to show you guys, right? You know, just like that. Then you can have a teammate just like that, and it completely burns the guy out of ladder. And if you have a guy who like, you know, can just peek at that exact second too, he can probably get a free kill. But yeah, so that's a really good one. Yeah, and real quick, I want to show you guys a really good pop flash and a molly from ladder. So here's a really good pop flash for yourself. So if you just press yourself against this wood part, you know, next to the ladder, you're gonna count. So this is the first row, right above like this little door or whatever. It's the second row at the top of this line right here. You just jump throw, right, and it'll pop right there. And it's easier to do like when you're actually doing it. So yeah, just the second row, just right here, just jump throw. Flashes it perfectly. And this molly I'm gonna show you, it'll land like right here, right there. Essentially what it'll do is it'll molly off bomb. It's really good for like a, you know, post plant, and it'll spread over here as well. So for this one, you're just gonna wedge yourself in this corner. You want to make sure these are broken. But basically, you just take this like right line of the box, just aim at the middle of the like the metal here, and just left click. It'll molly right here, right? So bomb gets mollied. And obviously, you know, if it's planted here, it's one thing. But if it's planted here, you're probably good, or right there. And here's like, if you want to get it, you know, more to the right, I guess, you're going to come like right there. Same thing, aim it like the line, just left click. It'll land a little closer, a little more direct. But yeah, so those are some nades out of ladder. And the last nades I want to show are from brown halls out onto B. So this first one is just a Z smoke. So you just wedge yourself in this corner right here. This leftmost vertical pull, just pull. You're gonna ooh, excuse me. You're just gonna aim like where it meets up with this middle horizontal part of the railing. You just aim right there and just walk through. It's not super specific how much you walk, just like don't take a step. Like, you know, take a few steps and throw it. And it'll consistently smoke off Z every time. I'll just do it one more time. Just aim at the middle right there. Walk through. There you go. So these next two are, one of them's for close right here, and one of them's for right here. They're from the same spots, so you're just gonna kind of go like this. On this middle pole, just aim where it meets the concrete and left click, and that'll smoke off close right here. It just depends on the execute you want to do when you use them also. So it'll smoke off close like this. For the farther one, gonna get in this corner. You're gonna aim at the at the top of the railing where the pole is too. Just aim to the left just a little bit, and just left click through. It'll bounce off the train and smoke deep. Just depends on what you want to do. Yeah, so this next smoke is for upper. It's a really good lurk smoke, and it's really good. I mean, you can get spammed really easily, because obviously it's just you're going through a doorway, but it helps you get out on site easier. So you're just going to wedge yourself into this corner right here. You're going to find the top right of the door and just aim to the right a little bit. And you can walk throw it or, you know, normal throw it, but it's just a step. Just take a step and left click. It'll bounce out, you know. You have an angle right there, right there, right there. If anyone's on top of the train, if anyone's right there, you know. Peeking down could be a little riskier because they could see your legs. But yeah, so I'll just show it one more time. So just wedge yourself in the corner, aim to the right of the door a little bit, just take a step. Smokes it off perfectly. And you could eyeball it probably, but if you want a specific lineup from upper, I don't know one from... I don't think there is one from over here, just because of how the wall's set up. But here's a lineup you could throw to smoke off this right lane if you want from upper. You basically line yourself up on the stair like this, just put yourself against the wall, break these. You kind of like aim just like right here, like where this light comes down to the bottom, just left click. It'll come, you know. This one's not as great, so don't do that. But anyways, aim to the left a little more, sorry. So find the light, take it down, aim, or you could even take this windowsill up to the bottom of this. And it's a crouch throw, also, I forgot to say that. Yeah, this one's better. Have no eyes. Oh, you always have to be aware of, like, oil, though. Oh, yeah, and everyone should know this. This is the last nade I'm gonna show. Or, no, actually it's not. I got one more smoke after this. Everyone should know this one, but if you don't, here's just a molly for default. It's really good. You don't even have to line it up. You basically just, like, aim at the shadow and just throw it. And the molly will bounce off the door, molly off default. It's really common. If you don't know it, there you go, though. It's not super specific. Just kind of bounce it off the door. It'll molly that every time. And everyone knows, like, the lower smoke, like right here. If you want some lineups, here's a normal one. So you just get on this second pole, aim at the bottom of the door, left click. It'll perfectly smoke like that. We're going to wait for this to clear because there's actually another smoke you can throw from there, which it'll serve the same purpose of, like, smoking this whole area off. But it lands down here. So if you want to op, you can actually look. Excuse me, you can peek over it like this. They can do the same thing too, so be careful, but it's just unexpected. So yeah, so this one you're gonna get on like the first little pole, aim at the other part of the door on the bottom, and just left click. It'll come, bounce like that, and I'll show you what it looks like with an op, right? You know, people are coming out. You can see Z really well. Like, you know, they can see you too. So just be aware of people watching you. But if you come down, like here, I'll rethrow it, right? If you come down on the right, it'll be harder for them to see you, and you can clear the angle a little more. And this gives you more of a one-way. But yeah, anyways, that should do it for my smokes and nades in general on train. And yeah, hope you guys liked it.